games remain on the schedule, and the energy in the air has this team fired up and ready. Langston has one of the nation's most potent rushing attacks, led by Tim Whitfield, and a defense that can go all day long. This afternoon, the Texas Wesleyan Rams come into town today after posting their best win of the season last week, winning 61 to 24 over Texas College. Their record 2-5, but that record really does not define this team. 4 of their last 5 games have been decided by a touchdown or less. The Rams will be the most aggressive defense the Langston Lions have seen this year, and the Lions will be tested today early and often. The field is in supreme condition, and the game time temperature should be about 61 degrees, and by the evening, right around the fourth quarter, it should be about 65, with winds blowing in from the west at about 6 miles an hour. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Langston Kickoff. I am Maurice Prince, letting you know Counseling Solutions and Interventions is here helping you through it all. Our staff of trained and qualified professionals are here to help you. Call for an appointment today, 405-601-6710. Now, homecoming brings lots of high emotions. How do you best handle them? Well, you got to ride that crowd's energy. You want them to feel it, and you must play smart and under control to get the W this afternoon. Head coach for the Texas Wesleyan Rams is Joe Promotional. Head coach for the Lions in his 4th season. Now, as we are here today, folks, let's go ahead and get you all caught up on everything down. Of course, like I said last week, I have to learn how to difficult things going on. Carson for the year and practice that did the best job they could because it was one of those things where the offense and couldn't really get the car. An expression I often use. Score, of course, 27 to 7. Well, if you're going to say, well, 27, well, not really. 5 points per game, and for Langston State, holding them only to 7 points. By the Langston defense there. Today they're taking on a Texas Wesleyan team that over the years Langston has basically the first time the teams have met. The first one was back in November, excuse me, 2017, where Langston coming up. Had a lot of fireworks. There were a lot of big numbers put up, but it wasn't the kind of game that Langston jumped off to 92 yards of total. Passing with 5 touchdowns, and he had 1 rushing touchdown for 39 yards. Their numbers weren't that bad in this contest either. 363 yards of total offense for them. 338 yards that game. Got off and did some outstanding games. Isaiah Shaputas, who had 3 receptions for 7 yards. Got it. How about defensive lineman Cody Pettit with 23 tackles, 9.5 tackles for a loss and 5 sacks. And safety Devin Griffin, the senior, 49 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss and 1 interception. And I'm going to throw something out there I've never done before. I'm going to talk about a punter as a weapon today. Yeah, a punter. His name is Gregory Blazer. He's coming off an injury which was to his right hand, but this young man possesses a very strong leg, the ability to flip the field. And when you start talking about field position, you got to start saying somebody is a weapon. Last week in the game alone, he had 4 punts inside the 20-yard line, 2 of those inside the 10. And you're like, well, that's kind of nice, but where is he kicking from? How about the opponent's 30 or 40-yard line? That's pretty impressive for a guy who's got that kind of accuracy with that kind of leg. So be looking for him today. Now, one of the things about this Texas Wesleyan bunch, I want to get to you real quick, is that they are an aggressive, risk-taking defense. They are QB hunters. As a team, they have 29 sacks on the year, 11 interceptions, 8 forced fumbles, 1 block punt, 1 safety. That equals out to 2 pick sixes and 2 scoop and scores. This defense is aggressive. They come at you in waves, and it's going to be key for Langston today to get past a lot of that. First, we got to hear from Craig Evans, who talked about Langston moving on from their difficult position that they were in last week.
You know, it comes a lot from the head, man. Coach Q did a good job of and Coach Miller just allowing us to understand that you got to press on. You know what I mean? Stuff happens. The game didn't go how we wanted to, you know. Just really enabled us to, like, put a sight in our eyes to show that, like, this is not the end all. You know what I mean? We got punched in the mouth. It was, you know, sometimes you need to get knocked down to get back up. You know what I mean? He really just enabled us to know that, like, man, maybe that's what we needed. And, you know, and just the tempo in practice this week, it was different, man. You know, guys seem pissed off. You know, even the coaches, like, everybody, there wasn't too much talking. You know, don't no coaches want to talk. You know, don't nobody want to talk. We just been ready to play.
Craig Evans there, the defensive tackle who always speaks his mind and also puts with the level of energy behind what he's talking about. So the team turned the corner and the defense is ready today. One of the other issues today is dealing with, if you listen to last week's broadcast, is the injury situation. You know about Trevin Carson. You are aware of him. Also, starting quarterback Raekwon Washington is out apparently this game. I think he's only available in emergency situation only. He is still dealing with a right hand injury that's going to prevent him from getting out on the field today. So that puts into the light today Jordan Cooper, who did start the second game of the year for Langston. And Jordan Cooper has talked about having the mentality and being ready for today.
My mentality has been to execute our game plan throughout this whole week. Coach has made a great game plan for this week. Players have been working real hard. We had a great week of practice, great preparation. You know, I'm just going to go out there and do my job, do the best for the seniors.
Jordan Cooper is ready for this afternoon. We're going to take a quick time out, come back on the other side with today's player to watch and get you set. Game time is less than 7 minutes away, folks, so we're going to get to that in just a minute. The head coach, again, for the Texas Wesleyan Rams in his 3rd season is Joe Pregame, and the head coach for your Langston Lion in his 4th season is Quentin Morgan. You are listening to Langston Lion Football, sponsored by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
From the press box to press Press Row, the premier sports talk show placing major emphasis on HBCU sports. Host Donald Ware will take you on a journey each week through the world of HBCU sports and pro sports with such guests as...
Let's welcome Serena Williams.
And of course, Donald Ware's insights.
This will be one of the best matchups ever.
To listen to the show each week, visit us on the web at www.boxtorow.com. From the press box to press row, real sports talk.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Now, you can't live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits.
Moments away as Langston's getting ready to take the field in tonight's homecoming game as they take on the Texas Wesleyan Rams. Today's player to watch is center Henry Mitchell. Henry Mitchell's been stepping up and had to step up with the loss of Trevin Carson, and this is what Henry Mitchell offers today.
Today's player to watch, Henry Mitchell. Henry, you've taken over and filling up big shoes for Trevin Carson. Talk to me about that transition, because you were already a starter on the line, into the middle of the field where you're the captain now.
Honestly, it was pretty sad seeing my good friend, my brother, going down. Never actually played center before, but I always want to be the person to help the team any way I can. So I just doing my best, and I feel like the line has come together. We got good chemistry, and I feel like we're gonna take it all the way, hopefully.
You guys are going to see a big test today from Texas Wesleyan. They like to pressure the quarterback a lot. How key is it going to be for you to get the communication, to get those calls out for the offense to get going today?
Oh, real big, real big. Communication is going to be big. We're going to communicate from the left tackle all the way to the right tackle. I feel like we should be good. Did a lot of film, like I said, and I think we game planned correctly.
Now, you guys have been mowing it down for Tim Whitfield all year. I mean, from the line perspective, you guys get to explode. His yards and his total yard rushing as much as anybody else does. So how good does it feel to open up holes for him?
It feels excellent. We're not the line that just always want the accolades or stuff like that. We just live behind Tim. Whatever he gets, we try to get him the most yards he can and try to make him have the most perfect season that he can.
Finally, communication with the QB and timing is always a big thing. How do you feel your timing has progressed this week with Jordan Cooper?
It progressed. He was our starter in the beginning, so we always had chemistry. They moved around a lot. They also moved me around a lot. We got some good practice and stuff. We should be good.
Finally, Langston will win the game today if you do what?
We communicate, play hard, play fast, and stay focused.
That is Henry Mitchell, the junior, who now takes over as the starting center. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. You are listening to Langston Lion Football.
You're listening to Langston Lions Football exclusively on Perry Broadcasting's radio stations. KRMP, K221FQ, Oklahoma City, KGTO, Tulsa, and KKRX, Lawton.
The Lions today. If you needed keys for the game today before we get right over to the crossover, it's quite simple like this. Let Tim Whitfield lead the way. Tim Whitfield had 107 yards rushing in the first quarter of last week's contest. on the offense, get the ball out quick to negate the blitzing that you're going to see from the Rams today. You've definitely got to make sure that is done. Create one-on-one matchups on the outside and let that speed run wild. Number 3, bring the pressure. Langston needs to bring the pressure all day long, and Craig Evans and that defensive line needs to be consistent on making sure that happens. Then my 4th and final point are keys to the game for Langston to get off the field on 3rd down. One of the statistics Langston continues to dominate in today is that they are number 3 on 3rd down, number 4 in the nation on 3rd down defense. Teams are only converting at a 24.3 conversion rate, and that is a big time percentage, and Langston needs to make sure they maintain that this afternoon. Other things, Langston, just little footnotes that they need to continue to do. And again, that ninth rushing offense in the country, averaging 243 yards per game. They need to go ahead and get back to that and make sure that Langston is prime on that side of the ball, because it's going to be very difficult for Texas Wesleyan or anyone to shut down Langston's running attack. It's time to cross over. It's time for Langston Lion football.
It's Saturday, and it's time for some Langston Lion football.
I'm ready for Langston football.
I'm definitely ready for Langston football. Let's get turned up.
I'm ready for Langston Lion football.
It's game time. Throw your L's up. It's Langston Lion football right here, right now on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
The Langston Lions come out today for Homecoming 2019, wearing white pants, orange jerseys with blue lettering, or numbering, I should say, with blue helmets with a lion on the side. Texas Wesleyan today is wearing their classic dark blue pants with white jerseys with blue lettering and, of course, their blue helmet. Langston will be getting the ball first to start the game this afternoon, and we're ready to bring you this action right here, sponsored, of course, by Counseling Solutions and Interventions. You know, as we look at how the crowd and the energy is going on today, there's a lot of records that could fall today, a couple of them, in fact. I'll give you those details as the game goes on. From our vantage point, Langston will be receiving the ball from the north end zone as we're ready to kick this ball off this afternoon, and the teams are all lined up. A packed house here at Anderson Stadium, a nice crowd, orange and blue as far as the eyes can see. Get ready to get those L's worked out. I hope all week long you've had a chance to exercise your thumb and your right index finger, or maybe you want to use your left index finger and your thumb to get those L's up, because I expect fireworks today from this offense. Kickoff is away, and it's going to be fielded, looks like, at the 20, just inside the 20-yard line, coming around the corner, and going to be brought down is Rashid Johnson, who returns the ball out to the 26-yard line, and we're ready as Langston will get their starting or their opening possession of today's contest. You can watch this game live at mybcn.net//LU on the Black College Sports Network. In fact, you will also hear the call, my very call, on that broadcast right now. So here we go. Jordan Cooper starting for the second time this year, and Langston comes out with a group formation, one solo to the side, empty backfield for Jordan Cooper, trying to stretch out the Texas Wesleyan defense. They're coming out on a 3-2, and Jordan Cooper tries to escape right away and nothing doing, getting into the backfield, something that's done a lot by the Texas Wesleyan front. Tackle is made by Leondis Furselli. The sophomore defensive lineman from Houston, Texas, got in the backfield. Big guy, 6'4". So it's going to be second down and 14. Again, spreading everybody out. 4 receivers, trips to the right side for Cooper. Tim Whitfield in the backfield, and Tim gets a ball fake, and Jordan Cooper is going to get the call. He's at the 40, he's at the 50, he's at the 40. They might not catch him. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, 10, 5, no flags. Touchdown, Langston. Jordan Cooper hitting the Jets. What an unbelievable run there. It looks like a run of nearly 77 yards as Jordan Cooper takes the air right out of that right away. Make that a 73-yard touchdown run. And now we go for the 2-point conversion. And the 2-point conversion is good, but there's going to be a penalty on the play. first one of the afternoon is going to take place on the two-point conversion, and it's going to be false start against. All right, that penalty is going to move the ball back 5 yards and we'll retry. Fireworks, you didn't have to wait too long for him. A little zone read play by Jordan Cooper. He sets up the defense nicely. Nice blocking as they're following Tim Whitfield. And Tim Whitfield is a good thing to follow because, again, he is, as far as the nation goes right now, he's number 2 in the nation in yards per game, averaging 143.2 yards per game. He's number 2 in the nation in total rushing with 859 yards through what will be, for Langston today, the 7th game of the year. So now we're going to retry the two-point. Seems to be a discussion going on between the officials. Not really sure what the holdup is, as we had an injured player, and that was Isaiah Shaputis, who was knocked down after making the reception in the end zone there. So now we're set to go for the two-point try. 14:08 to go. Less than a minute. Langston has the ball. Less than a minute. The Lions put points on the board, already matching what their total output from last week. Connor Robles, his extra point is up, and it is good. And Langston leads 7-0. Less than a minute of action. Time for us to take a break. We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, sponsored by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Officially, I'm still waiting for them to put the time if Langston actually have the ball for the amount of seconds, but nonetheless, Langston's going to kick this ball away. They're going to kick it away from the 35 instead of the 40 as they choose to enforce the penalty on the kickoff. Robles' kickoff is away. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. After 15, returned out to the 20-yard line. Looking for some space to operate and being brought down before the 20-yard line is Trey Jackson. Trey Jackson is the starting running back. Or at least he was the starting running back last week for the Texas Wesleyan Rams. And again, they are without, or we haven't seen yet, Jamarcus Jones. And Jamarcus Jones is a very talented back, but it's been kind of a ghost situation because Langston still hasn't seen this guy yet. Empty set 5 receivers now. Calls one in motion across the formation. Ball snapped, and Austin is going to throw the ball out to the outside, and he's going to be brought down for a short game. The catch was made by Lamont Monroe, the junior wide receiver from Houston, Texas. So no gain on the play, second down and 10. 13:46 to go before the end of the first quarter. And right to work again. Texas Wesleyan wasted no time to try to get some things going. Has a receiver open. Nearly intercepted as he put it a little bit too much air underneath it. He wanted to get it to Monroe again, but the ball is thrown over the top to number 15. Almost intercepted by, in coverage, number 15 for Langston. But pass is incomplete. Third down. The Rams now come out with 4 receivers right now. Single back formation, ball snap, and he's going to try and put the ball up again. Pressure being applied, and down he goes. Is that Craig Evans putting his hands on him? Very well could be. Can't quite tell. He's got his jersey tucked up underneath him, letting that beer belly, letting that casket case flow out there. And it is Craig Evans who came through with a sack. So a big-time play for the Langston defense. 13-12 to go, 7-0 is the score. So now, setting back to get the ball, standing at the LU 45-yard line, looks like it's Rasheed Johnson. Kick is away, and the kick is blocked. And it's going to result in a safety. Go ahead and let that line roar. Langston wasting no time. Letting it go, and Langston now leads 9-0. Really taking the starch right out of the collar of the Rams early on in this game. So Langston's going to get the ball right back, because now the Rams are going to have to pump the ball from their own 20-yard line. Great job by the defense. The defense came out and is playing inspired football, getting a sack on the opening possession, and then adding to the rowdy stats. And I was going to ask for that today, matter of fact, because in the looks of the rowdy stats this year, it had been, the kitchen was getting kind of low in terms of we hadn't added anything to the rowdy stats. And if you don't know, the rowdy statistics for me represents the favorite stats of every defense that you have out there. Coming into today, Langston had 15.5 sacks, 8 interceptions, 6 forced fumbles, 1 block punt, and 1 defensive touchdown. Well, now we can add a sack to that. We can add another block punt to that. I like those things. I like when we can increase rather easily and get some things added to that defensive stat line. All right. Now coming up again, is going to be the crowning and coronation, of course, have taken place this week for Mr. and Miss Langston. They're going to get some time during the halftime. Nice, well, not really a deep kick, but a high kick. And the punt is going to drift out of bounds at about the 41-yard line, but a flag comes in. Gonna have to take a look and see what the call is here. Wonder if it's going to be a legal procedure, because in a situation like that, the kick went out of bounds, and it was a kickoff, but it was a punt. So getting some discussion from the officials. So we're going to move the ball up to the 50-yard line. So it's a legal procedure against the Rams. Putting the ball at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10, Langston, who scored in less than 1 minute to start this game. And then their defense put 2 on the board. 4 receivers right now, trips to the left side of Cooper and Tim Whitfield, who's standing right behind him. Rams are not showing blitz, but they're going to come through the lane. Should be a penalty. They're going to blow this play dead. Flags go flying everywhere. And that is due, of course, to players stepped into the neutral zone. So they decided to blow it dead, and that's a good idea. So now as things sit, waiting on the officials' call here. So you heard it right there. Offsides against the Rams. So it's going to be 1st down and 5. 4 receivers, trips to the outside. Tim Whitfield in the backfield with Jordan Cooper. Tim Whitfield has yet to touch the ball. High snap goes over Jordan Cooper's head. He's got to fall on it, and he does. He's going to fall down at the 40-yard line. A high snap there. It happens from time to time. The ball is going to be marked down at the 41-yard line, setting up 2nd down and 19. Just when things looked all right, a high snap goes over his head.
2nd and 19 for the Lions.
So here we go, 2nd down and 19. So this time we empty the backfield this time. 5 receivers. Trips to the left side. Cooper's looking for it. Ball snapped, and Cooper's going to get it out of his hand quickly. And the catch is going to be made by Glenn Irons, who steps out of bounds. A gain maybe of a yard. When it's all said and done, he had to come back to get it. Jordan Cooper felt the pressure of the blitz and not let it go. So now 3rd down and still, I'm going to say 19 anyway. 12:05 to go. 9-0 is our score. And once again, the backfield is empty. 5 receivers. Ball snap. Jordan Cooper steps back. Going to put it up. Going to throw a nice inside screen pass to Isaiah Shaputas, and he knows what to do with it. Across midfield. Going to be brought down, or he steps out of bounds just inside of the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 42. So it's going to be 4th down and 1. And let's see what Quentin Morgan and the OC, Daryl Mason, decide to do here. And they go with the heavy package as Eugene Fuller and Craig Evans check into the game. Jordan Cooper's getting the call out. 19 seconds to snap the ball. Texas Wesleyan counters now with 4 down linemen, and the linebackers are in the gap. We'll see if they can get it. And Tim Whitfield gets his first touch of the day, and he's going to get an LU first down inside the 40-yard line. Mr. Official, would you kindly please move those chains? Crowd likes what they see so far. How could you not? 9-0. Barely 5 minutes into the game. And Langston's on the verge of moving again on their second offensive possession of the afternoon. 4 receivers right now. Tim Whitfield in the backfield. Got his first touch. Let's see if he gets another. 10 seconds to snap the ball. Calls Barry Handy in motion across it. Another high snap, and Jordan Cooper has to fall on it again. Trouble with the snap. He's going to put the ball now at the, still going to be on the Rams' 45-yard line. 2nd down and about 20 now. They're marking it about 17 here. So these long possessions here, they got to cut this thing down. 14 seconds to snap the ball. And Jordan Cooper's trying to get some things worked out, and they're missing somebody. And they're going to have to call a timeout as it was under 4 seconds. Some confusion here as they're changing out personnel. They're taking a timeout, and we're going to take one here as well with your Langston Lions leading by the score of 9-0. And you're listening to Langston Lion Football, sponsored by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
All right, back to live action following the timeout. Facing a 2nd down and 17. Had a couple of high snaps where the ball has sailed over the head of Jordan Cooper. So Langston now comes out with 3 receivers now. Trips to his left. Tim Whitfield standing in his right hip pocket in the backfield. And Tim Whitfield doesn't get it. Jordan Cooper gets it on a play fake. And nice job by the Texas Wesleyan Ram defense as they get into the backfield and bring him down. Taquandrick Connor on the tackle there. It'll register as a sack. That'll be the Rams' 30th of the year. That's what they do extremely well. So now, Langston's faced with a 3rd down. You could easily say 21 yards as they've got to get inside their own 30 for a first down. Cooper calls for it. Fakes the handoff, is going to put it up, looking for somebody over the top. He's got Dalen Person on a step. Dalen Person has it. Is going to take the ball down inside the 5-yard line. What a beautiful post route. Running down the numbers and then breaks inside, and Jordan Cooper hit him in stride. Sir, move those chains. First down, Langston. Ball is now spotted at the 6-yard line. Jordan Cooper showing you a little bit of everything so far. He's shown you his legs, and now he's showing you his arm capability. Langston now relines up in the heavy package again. That means Craig Evans and Eugene Fuller are in. That's 500 pounds of clearing space, and they're doing it for Tim Whitfield as he steps across the end zone. Touchdown, Langston. Tim Whitfield touching pay dirt. Getting into the end zone. That's Tim Whitfield's 12th touchdown of the year. Langston now sets up with a Connor Robles for the extra point attempt. Tim Whitfield getting his 12th, and I've got some news for you folks. After this, we'll talk about it in just a minute. Ball snapped, kick is up, and it is good, and Connor Robles is down. Contact was made after he kicked the ball, and he is holding his left ankle. We'll see if he can get up. He looks like he's able to get up on his own power, but he's hurting a little bit here. Jogging off under his own power, but you can tell that there's something wrong. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Football, sponsored by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Langston set to kick the ball off. And it's wonderful to see so much orange and blue standing up with their L's in the hand as the band plays I'm So Glad. The ball has been picked up, and it's going to be, ball carrier is going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line. You heard the gasp by the crowd as Diamond Williams, and he tried to turn the corner and got leveled. Great tackle by the Langston special teams. He's going to put the ball right there at the 21-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Rams from that position right there. Time for a First Security Bank scoring recap. If you are looking for a bank that understands the real estate business or currently need help in real estate, you should call First Security Bank. First Security Bank is located at 1541 Northeast 23rd Street. You can call them Monday through Friday, 405-424-4341. They are a member FDIC. Short run play gets a gain of about 4. Second down and 6. 8:18 to go. Langston in the 4-2 right now. Avery, the quarterback for the Rams, going to put it up. Going to throw a ball deep along the seam, and that pass is incomplete. Nice coverage by Johnson. Now, that particular play that they just ran, folks, that same exact route that Langston saw last week against Ottawa. A 9 route right down the sideline. That time well covered, stride for stride. Johnson was all over it, as Langston's playing a lot more press coverage today, not giving any room to operate. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 7, 8:04 to go. 5 receivers, empty set, shotgun formation for Avery Childs. Childs is going to put the ball up, pressure right up the middle. He steps up, nowhere to go. Craig Evans has him, and down he goes. For the 2nd time today, Craig Evans, amongst other Langston Lions, are eaten. Lorenzo Adger also in on the tackle, and right not far behind them, you'll find Eugene Fuller. Going to be knocked back a couple of yards, setting up 4th down and 9. Langston already has 1 block on the day. Where they go for a second one? Standing at his own 35-yard line is Glenn Irons. Glenn Irons had that gleam in his eye when I saw him in pregame. Says he might get one today. Ball's going to bounce just inside the 45-yard line, and it's going to roll dead at the 41. So 1st and 10 for Langston, and you got to like what Jordan Cooper brought to the table today. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Even when Langston didn't look like they were going to get too far, Langston's already put up some pretty good numbers to start today's game. Numbers have been impressive. Already have 58 yards passing through the air and a total of 61 on the ground, 119 yards of total offense so far in today's contest. Averaging just under 12 yards per play. Pistol formation, Langston does shift out of it. 3 receivers, 2 running backs in the backfield, and Toma King, nope, it is Toma King who's going to end up with it. Toma King showing his joystick moves and is going to be tossed out of bounds after a gain of 1. Good penetration by the Rams defense prevented him from finding some daylight there. This was a good idea, getting a couple of different looks, and Toma King is a great change of pace back. He can do so many great things in open space. Now, lining up in the backfield, not necessarily a running back in his own right, is Trayvon Billington. Well, he now switches up out as a receiver and lines up in the traditional way. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Cooper calling for it, 7:01 to go. And he flares out, and Isaiah Shaputis has it, spins out of 1 tackle, and someone else is going to help him bring Isaiah down, and he does. A loss of about 4 yards on the play. Well read by the Ram defense. Tackle made on that one by Devin Griffin, the safety. You heard me mention him as a player to watch today. Griffin as a safety is built like a linebacker. He can cover he can do a lot of different things for you. So now it's going to be 3rd down and about 14 for LU. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. 4 receivers again, trips to the left side for Cooper this time. And Cooper's going to put it up plenty of time. Has a receiver straight for straight, and he's going to get the ball. Is it caught? Did he catch it? Yes, he did. It's Glenn Irons. Glenn Irons is going to get the ball, but there is a flag in the backfield, way back here at the 29-yard line. It's in the area of holding. No, it's not. It's personal foul against the Rams. We're going to add 15 to the end of the play there. Looks like it might have been a hit on the quarterback after the ball was thrown. It's going to end up giving Langston a 1st down plus a bonus. Add 15 onto that. Jordan Cooper, the offensive line, Henry Mitchell, those guys up front, excellent job today of opening up passing lanes and giving him plenty of time not to feel rushed at all to let that ball fly. 2 big pass plays from Jordan Cooper in the 1st quarter alone. So now, 4 receivers, trips to the near side. Toma King remains in the backfield right now. Ball snapped. Cooper's going to put it up. He pump fakes, feeling the pressure, and here they go. And they're going to let it. He's going to let it fly. As once again the Rams were coming after him, and they like to talk to him a little bit. Little chatter being done out there by Mark Seidler, the freshman running back from Jonesboro, Tennessee. So 2nd down and 10, 5:44 to go. Langston has scored. Defensively, they've also got it done twice on offense. Will the defense eventually get one today? Stay tuned in, folks. We'll find out. 4 receivers right now. Cooper in shotgun formation with Toma King in the backfield. Ball snapped, and they're going to hand the ball to Toma King. Well read. Nope. Well read by the Rams defense. He cannot spin out of a host of Rams that had gotten across the line there. Loss of 1, 3rd down and 11. 5:30 to go. So Toma King checks out. We might go empty here. Coming into the game right now, Glenn Irons checks out. So now we have Michael Andrade. Very handy. Looks like Trayvon Billington's out there as well. And Dalen Person. And Isaiah Shaputis is in the slot. Empty backfield right now. And a timeout's being called. So Langston will burn its 2nd timeout in the 1st quarter. That change of personnel and a lot of shifting of the quarterback means that you really don't know everything that's there. You got to work these kinks out. But nonetheless, Langston is in complete control of this contest right now. While I'm on the air right now, can somebody tell me what's going on in Manhattan, Kansas, please? With 1:45 left, OU finds itself down 48-41. Now they have the ball, according to multiple sources that I'm looking at here. OU has the ball, and Kansas State called a timeout. So we'll see what that development is. Everybody said, would OU fall asleep? Would this be a trap game? Right now, can't argue with you. Looks like a trap game to me. Will they escape? Is going to be the question of the day today. All right, we're back to live action here. 4:58 to go in the first quarter. 16-0 is the score. 4 receivers. Tim Whitfield remains in the backfield now, checked into the backfield. The Rams are showing blitz. They're coming. They fake the handoff to Tim Whitfield. They're coming across the middle. Dalen Person has it. Does he have the catch? And he does. Throw those L's up. Touchdown. Dalen Person strikes. I'm going to have to change up my cadence. I'm going to have to ask somebody who is that person. It's Dalen. And now the score is 22-0. 4:53 as Langston has unveiled an offensive explosion. No pun intended with the fireworks going off if you keep hearing that in the back of your radio. Robles is all right. He's going to attempt this extra point as he trots back out in the field. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. And Langston now leads 23-0. Time for us to take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Football, sponsored by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Oh yeah, Anderson Stadium's rocking, folks. This is the place to be. L's are up everywhere. The homecoming court knows how to do it. Now, if you're driving your car, I don't recommend that you do that. Kickoff is away. And is going to be fielded at the 10-yard line, waving for a fair catch. So, if you're going to put the ball now at the 25-yard line. Remember, the way this works now, if you call for a fair catch inside the 10-yard line, you still get it at the 25. That's what took place in this case. So back to work goes the Langston defense, which has been more than ready for the challenge of the Rams today. They come out with 2 backs in the backfield, trying to get a little bit of run game going. Pursuit to the outside, nothing to do to turn the corner. Great open field tackle. Is that DeRusso? Devin DeRusso on the tackle there. Tried to get Trey Jackson going to the outside, nothing doing there. So it looks like we've got a new quarterback in the game right now for the Rams. Ball is snapped, and they're going to try and run a little bit more option football again. No, I correct that. I was correct. It is Keaton Hobner, the freshman quarterback from Fulshear, Texas, who's running a little bit more option game, and now Avery Childs rechecks back into the game. Trying to change the momentum a little bit is Joe Perdome. Joe Perdome, in his coaching interview this week, was kind of surprised on what happened in the desert last week, and really had a hard time trying to figure out why Langston played so poorly. And you knew that he was ready for this team today because he spent a lot of time talking about how dynamic Langston is. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage as Childs wants to throw it. So it's going to be 4th down, and the Rams are going to have to pump this ball. And today, Langston's defense is more than showing itself capable and ready today. So the ball will remain just shy of the, or right at the 30-yard line with 3:30 left to go. So now, 4th down and about 6. Ball is snapped. Langston's coming right up the middle and almost gets it again. Contact is made on the punter. There are no flags anywhere. And the ball is going to be down at the 35-yard line. And Joe Pregame is asking the official about roughing the kicker. And it was a possibility that call could have been made, but it's a judgment call, and the official says, no, sir. But his punter was down. So interesting enough, call in Langston's direction right now. Ball will be spotted at the 42-yard line. 3:23 to go. We're still in the first quarter, and the score is 23-0. So Jordan Cooper comes back out. And Toma King remains the running back in the game right now. So we got 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Toma King in the backfield next, standing behind Jordan Cooper. He calls the inside slot in motion, fakes the jet sweep, a little flea flicker action, and they're going to blow this play dead with a penalty. It was set up beautifully. It's going to be false start against Langston, but it was a beautiful setup. Toma King was going to execute the flea flicker beautifully. He tossed the ball back to Jordan Cooper, and Isaiah Shaputis was running right around the numbers, untouched, uncovered. It was a bomb ready to go off on that one. 4 receivers now. Cooper in shotgun formation. Ball is snapped, and he's going to fake the handoff to to Tim Whitfield. Pass intended for Dalen Person on that one. 3rd down. So now 2nd down and 15. And let's see what Gerald Mason decides to draw up right now. Receivers are switching sides right now. We've got Colston, looks like Glenn Irons, Isaiah Shaputis, and Dalen Person are your receivers. And Tim Whitfield's in the backfield. With 6 seconds, they got to snap this ball. 2 seconds, 1, they get it off. Cooper's going to put it up, pressure being applied, no one's open, and so Cooper decides to pull it down. Has a receiver open in the middle of the field, and he put too much juice on it. Tim Whitfield was standing all by himself on an island at the 50-yard line. So 3rd down and 15 now. Jordan Cooper improvising, showing you his skills on what he can do when the ball, when the pocket and protection breaks down. You're supposed to get it out of your hands 2 to 3 seconds at the most in Daryl Mason's offense. He'd like that to be right around 2 seconds if I asked him to put some truth serum in. But nonetheless, the pocket broke down and Jordan Cooper rolled, and the ball is going to be snapped. And again, confusion, and Langston calls for timeout. That is their final timeout of the first half. And again, Quentin Morgan is not happy about burning the timeout, so he's trying to get an understanding of what's going on. So Quentin Morgan is definitely talking to his offensive unit about communication and what's going on because we can't get the personnel right on the field. We'll keep it right here. As an upset as Kansas State takes down the number 5 team in the nation. Oklahoma falls 48-41 in Manhattan. So what everybody was thinking this week, and take your foot off the pedal, and now OU finds itself in a bad situation. So what the nation would have been clamoring for, Jalen Hurts versus Alabama, might have to happen in a regular bowl game. Because it doesn't look like it's going to be for the national title at this point. 4 receivers right now, 3rd down and 15, 3:10 to go. Very handy comes in motion across the formation. They fake it, pressure right up the middle, and they set up a screen pass, and nothing doing there. As Tim Whitfield may have gotten a gain of 1. So it's going to be 4th down and 14, and Langston's going to punt the ball away. But if you had to look at the total offense in this game so far, now we know what the score is, 23-0. Langston has 163 yards of total offense right now. The Rams minus 15. I'd say things are going pretty well for Langston. Low snap, and the ball is just rolling around on the ground. Trouble with the snap for the 3rd time today. This time Christopher Pogai has to fall on it at the 24-yard line. So now the Langston defense is going to have to be called because they're going to be put in a difficult situation right now. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 Rams at the LU 23-yard line. Avery Childs goes to work right now. Pistol formation. Fakes the handoff, and Childs is going to keep it himself. And no, the ball's knocked loose. It's running around on the ground. They're playing soccer with it and picking it up. Going down the sideline is Christopher Pogai. And Pogai still has it. They're trying to rip it out. He's still fighting, and they're going to bring him down at the 20-yard line. That's exactly what happens when the helmet meets the ball. Christopher Pogai scooped that thing up and was running down the field like it was a fast break, with a convoy of orange and blue in front of him. Returns the ball all the way inside the 20-yard line. So from something bad to something good, you can tell it's homecoming here at LU, baby. 1st and 10, Langston, ball at the 21-yard line. Langston comes out in the pistol formation right now. 18 seconds to snap the ball, but they have to wait because they did a late substitution. They got to give the Rams a chance to do it as well, but they don't. And Tim Whitfield gets a direct touch right up the middle. Nothing doing much for Tim Whitfield as a flag comes flying in. We'll wait to get the call here, because the call could go either way here. It's holding against Langston. So that holding penalty is going to move the ball back. So Jordan Cooper and the guys are moving back to the 31-yard line. 2:03 to go in the first quarter. First quarter was moving mighty fast at first. It's kind of dragging on right now. Langston out of timeouts. Had to blow all 3 of them in the first quarter of this game. So 17 seconds. We got to watch that play clock. House full right now. 4 receivers, make that 3 receivers. They're going to fake the handoff to Tim Whitfield and throw the ball deep. Having 2 receivers in the area and multiple players are going for it. It's a tie-up. Is it going to be a turnover? It's going to be a touchback. Cooper's pass is going to be intercepted. Interception was made by number 7, Damian Francis, who gets his hand on it. And it was one of those situations where Cooper launched a deep pass and 2 Lions were converging on that same ball, which means they brought the corners in with them. Francis jumps up and makes the play on the ball at the highest point. So turnover and turnover on back-to-back possessions. So it now belongs to the Rams again, who bring back in Avery Childs. They like to bring in Keaton Hobner for a lot of quarterback run. Kind of looking like doing his best, Taysom Hill impersonation for all those who love the Saints out there. Gain of 1 on a short run play. 90 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter. 23-0 is our score. Full house here at Anderson Stadium. You should be here. A lot of folks ready for the band and the coronation or the honoring of the homecoming court during halftime. A lot of youth bands here are here, coming in from all over. High snap going up the middle is Hobner, who comes back into the game. He's going to run the ball up for about a gain of 3 to 4 yards. Takes the ball beyond the 25. They're going to mark him at the 26-yard line, setting up 3rd down and about 4, maybe 5. So as it stands right now, they got 18 seconds to snap the ball. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. So we got to run a play here. And Hobner is conferring the call from the sideline with 4 receivers, trips to the inside. Inside slot receiver comes in motion. And they're going to hand the ball off, and he slips and falls down. With a nice step, he might have been able to get something to go. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, Jamarcus Jones, who is active today. So 16.8 seconds to go. He's going to lose a couple of yards, but there is a flag back here around the 25-yard line. And it looks like the flag's going to be against Langston. We'll see what the official call is. So that 5-yard penalty is going to give the Rams a first down at the 31-yard line. 16.8 seconds to go. Langston got caught jumping across the line in the neutral zone there. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. And Langston will lead by the score of 23-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, sponsored by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
From the press box to press row, the premier sports talk show placing major emphasis on HBCU sports. Host Donald Ware will take you on a journey each week through the world of HBCU sports and pro sports with such guests as...
Let's welcome Serena Williams.
And of course, Donald Ware's insights.
This will be one of the best matchups ever.
To listen to the show each week, visit us on the web at...
Langston's put up 23 points. And on the season, Langston's been averaging about 28 points per game. I'd say that's more than half. And I love math. All right. Okay, back in the game now is Avery Childs. 3 receivers, and Langston showing blitz, and Eugene Fuller blasts right up the middle, and is going to slow down Jamarcus Jones before he even gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Big time hit as Eugene Fuller went flying in there. Eugene Fuller loves to fly, and when they get his number called, he came right in there and stepped in that gap and made a play. Hobner has now checked back into the game. And Langston is now asking the band to go ahead and stop playing real quick here. So it's 2nd down and 9. Again, the band cannot play during offensive possessions for the other team. If you want to play during yours, typically the officials let that go. But right now they're winding the clock. 14:48 to go. 2nd down and 9. Ball snapped, and Jamarcus Jones, Hobner with the quarterback option on that zone read play. He faked it to Jones. A gain of 2 out to the 30, I'd say the 33-yard line. Third down and about 7. So Hobner checks out. Avery Childs comes back in. Quarterback for the Rams. So we've got 3 receivers. Pistol formation for them. Langston's not showing blitz. They're in the 4-2-5 defense. And Avery's going to put it up. He's going to throw it right over the middle, looking for someone, but the ball is thrown short. The pass was intended for number 14, Collier Ricks. So now it's 4th down and 7. Langston's defense has been great. We're in the second quarter, and Texas Wesleyan, as of right now, still has a total yards of -9. -9 total net yards offense. Unbelievable performance by the defense. High snap. Kick is blocked for the second time today. Langston has it. Is he going to make it into the end zone? He dives in there. Throw those L's up. Oh, yeah, baby. Levante Wilson gets his hands on it as Langston blocks its second kick today. Oh me, oh my, what a play by LU. The special teams getting involved. Now, I asked for some rowdy stats. I'm feeling like it's Christmas, folks, in the press box. It was 15.5 sacks. We got more than that now. We had 8 interceptions. We haven't had those yet, but there might be some coming today. 6 forced fumbles. We had 1 block punt coming into today. Today, we've gotten 2. And now we got a block and a score as a player comes running in late and draws another flag. Langston didn't have the right personnel out there, but they couldn't afford a timeout because they don't have any. It's going to be a legal procedure as that player was not set when the ball was snapped. So we're going to retry the Robles extra point again. And Langston's about to do in a half what they average per game. If you didn't hear me earlier, Langston this season is averaging 28.5 points per game. With just 1 kick here, 1 swing of the Robles leg. And it's a bad snap. Or was it contained? They're going to throw the ball over. Tim Whitfield has it. Is he going to get in there? And the 2-point conversion is good. What a play by Glenn Irons. The ball was bumbled on the snap. He knew what to do with it. He found Tim Whitfield, and Tim Whitfield knows how to get in. That's something he does very well. So what a job by the special teams. We'll be right back. I'm having a blast. What are you doing? This is Langston Football presented by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
www.boxtorow.com. From the press box to press row. Real sports talk.
All right. The Lions are roaring today, folks. You can hear it in the crowds. The ball returned out to the 26-yard line. But I'm going to tell you once again, I'm glad my name is not Diamond Williams because I'm getting crushed by the Lions special teams. Now, I don't know if you're watching this live, but you can be on mybcsn.net/LU. So if you're out there wanting to watch this thing live, because you could have seen the play that Tim Whitfield just had from Glenn Irons completing a pass in this game. 4 receivers now. Avery Childs is going to put the ball up, throwing to the outside on a 9 route. And the catch is going to be made. Is it inbounds? And the answer is no. No space to operate around the sideline. So 2nd down and 10. They're trying to get everything reset out there. So here we go. 3 receivers, twins to the near side, 31-0, ball snapped, and they're going to hand the ball off. Trying to get to the outside in a nice open field. Not necessarily a tackle, but you forced him out of bounds was Rasheed Johnson. Nice job by him. So now they're facing basically a 3rd down and 5. So now 3rd down. Jamarcus Jones is in the backfield with Avery Childs in shotgun formation with 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. Langston still in the 4-2, 4-2-5. Ball snap, Childs steps back in the pocket, going to put it up. Another zipping route down the sideline, and again, Rasheed Johnson all over it. Pass was intended again for number 14, Collier Ricks. Incomplete. So now the Rams are going to have to punt this ball away. So a timeout has been called on the field by the Rams, and we'll take one here as well. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, presented by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
All right, we're set, ready to kick this ball away. Kick is up, and Glenn Irons is going to field it at the 34-yard line. So Langston will start off their next possession. Langston has 149 yards of total offense in the first half of this game so far, and we're still at 13:01 to go. 103 through the air, 46 yards on the ground. Very unusual. Usually those numbers are kind of reversed. Tim Whitfield has not exploded, and I was going to say yet. 4 receivers for Jordan Cooper right now. Trips to the outside. Ball snapped, and Jordan Cooper with the zone read, and the quarterback has it, and he runs out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 15 yards. Sir, would you please move those chains? First down. Make that a 16-yard gain as they move the ball to the 49-yard line, I should say. So 4 receivers again for Cooper. Tim Whitfield in the back. And everybody's keying on Tim Whitfield. And finally Tim Whitfield gets it. Going to burst ahead for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. And for the day, that's just Tim Whitfield's 3rd touch of the day. Jordan Cooper seeing all the yards going his way right now, as he already has 100 yards throwing the ball, 66 yards running it. 4 receivers now. 2nd down and 6. Tim Whitfield in the backfield. And they're going to hand it. Nope, Jordan Cooper again calls his own number. Couple of hop stops. Jump stop left, jump stop right. And using his feet to take the ball inside the 35-yard line. Move those chains. First down, Langston at the Ram 32-yard line. Jordan Cooper is dynamic, showing his top speed and shifty moves. 5 receivers, empty set now. Jordan's going to drop back and put it up, and a wide receiver screen passes Isaiah Shaputis, who's given up all the real estate he got. But you know Isaiah Shaputis, he reverses position and knows what to do. Isaiah Shaputis, if you're a coach, you just want to scream, because he'll go back 20 yards. He'll get it back, but he'll make you at first say, why in the world are you running that way? But Isaiah Shaputis is so talented. He leads this team in receptions and leads this team in yards. And there's a reason for that. He took what should have been a 7 or 8 yard loss, turns it into a 6-yard gain. So 3rd down and 5 now. 5 receivers, empty set. And Jordan Cooper again on the zone read plays. He calls his own number, takes a shot and gets the ball inside the 20-yard line down to the 19. Move those chains. The Jordan Cooper show right now. Langston has been dominant on this side. They are now approaching quickly 200 yards of total offense just in the first quarter alone. 10:36 to go, 31-0 is the score. Pistol formation, at least that's how they're lining up. And Tim Whitfield finally gets another touch. Dragging on Tim Whitfield to bring him down. He's going to lose about 3 or 4 yards on the play back to the 23-yard line. Got to see if we can get Tim Whitfield going. Right now, not much to talk about. There's a whole lot to talk about when it comes to Tim Whitfield. 4 receivers, trips to the outside. Ball snap, Cooper's going to get it. And this time he calls his own number again as a flag comes flying in. Cooper takes it back down to the 21. It'll be a gain of 1, but there is a flag. It's in the area of holding. And it is holding against Langston. Now, the penalty is going to move the ball back over the, back up, I want to say inside the 35. Now, the question is, are they going to decline the penalty? And they are. The Rams declined the penalty, and I would too. It's 3rd down and 13. I don't want to give Langston a chance to continue to take advantage of the situation. So, wise on their part to decline the penalty. So it's 3rd down and 12. Langston can get a first down if they get to the 8-yard line. 3 receivers. Tim Whitfield in the back. They fake it. Jordan Cooper's going to throw it. Has a receiver open right over the middle of the field. It's Isaiah Shaputis. Throw those L's up. Touchdown, Langston. Isaiah Shaputis gets into the end zone. Another tremendous play. Another tremendous read. But again, finding himself all alone as Isaiah Shaputis catches his 2nd touchdown of the year. Connor Robles is out for the extra point. Ball is snapped. It's down. Kick is up. And it is good. 38-0. Time for us to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Lion Football on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats.
Time for our First Security Bank scoring recap. If you're looking for a bank that understands the real estate business or currently need help in real estate, you should call First Security Bank. First Security Bank, located at 1541 Northeast 23rd Street. You can call them Monday through Friday, 405-424-4341. They are a member FDIC. The ball is fielded inside the 5-yard line, coming around the corner, and then what, another big hit. And down he goes. He loses his helmet laying him down. That's Isaac Glenn, the freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. Says, I want to introduce you to my shoulder pads. And down he goes. Going to spot the ball now at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. 9:23 to go. 38-0. So if you thought there might be a hangover for this Langston team following the loss of Ottawa last week, I would say that that's okay. Looks like no one. Wait, the play is going to be blown dead because there was a lot of movement going on here. So the penalty is going to go against the offense here. Going to cost him 5 yards. Moves the ball back to the 12. 38-0. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Avery Childs is in shotgun formation. And he's going to put the ball up on another 9 route, running down the field on another go route, right down the numbers. Pass is incomplete. So 2nd down. So 2nd down at about 15 now. 38-0 is the score. Langston has been simply amazing today. All right. The Rams look set to go with 4 receivers, trips to the left. And they're going to fake the handoff and going right up the field with a nice run play. Is number 18 for Texas Wesleyan, and there's another flag out there. Solento Smith. As these officials are meeting right about the 22-yard line, trying to see exactly what they're trying to discuss. They've stopped the clock. Again, there's a long meeting going on here, folks, so here's the official word so we can tell you what's going on. All right, chop block is the call. All right, that penalty is going to move the ball back inside the 10, well, just outside the 10, I should say, at the 11-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down, and you could easily say, 16, 17 yards. We'll say 16. Three receivers, twins to the left side. Avery Child standing at his own 5-yard line, 9:02 to go. They snap it. Here comes Eugene Fuller on a blitz, and he brings down Jamarcus Jones as he shot through the hole like a rocket. Eugene Fuller sneaking right up the Cox, right up under the Rams defense. He shot right through the hole there, right next to, I want to say, right next to Justin Wade, and shot through there and got there. James Cox was out on the field as well. So a nice play. So 3rd down and long. And with a little quarterback run game, Christopher Pogaj turns them back in. Nothing doing there. So it's going to be 4th down. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. Langston can look forward to getting the ball back in some pretty favorable positions when they get it back. Now, interesting enough, we were talking about Tim Whitfield. Well, Tim Whitfield, if he goes ahead today and the team decides to run him a little bit more, he's on pace to touch a couple of really big records here. I'll tell you what they are here in just a minute. Ball snapped, and the kick is up, and it goes straight up in the air, folks. It takes a Langston bounce, and it's going to be down just inside the 35. In fact, they're marking him down at the 31, 1st and 10. And this is what I'm talking about. Now, I don't have the records of all the Langstonites that have come through this football program. But I do have some numbers for a guy from 2008 to 2011. That gentleman is Carlos Ross. From 2008 to 2011, he dazzled fans with 3,590 yards rushing and 30 touchdowns. All right, ball is snapped, and they hand it on the receiver around to Glenn Irons, who takes the ball inside the 20 down to the 18, make that the 17-yard line. Sir, would you please move those chains? All right, so 1st and 10. Langston's got 22 seconds to snap the ball. 4 receivers, trips to the outside. Tim Whitfield in the back, standing behind. And Tim Whitfield goes right up the mountain, and he hammers his way inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. Move those chains. 1st and goal, Langston. Tim Whitfield has a unique combination of finesse, power, and speed. He can get you those tough yards, and he's got a little bit of a burst to the outside to take it and run away from you if you're not careful. Jordan Cooper asking for some confirmation on the call. And he's going to hand it and keep it into Tim Whitfield, who takes it in for another LU touchdown. Throw those L's up. Somebody might have to reload the firework machine today. As many points as we're putting on the board. 44-0 at the end. It's 6:30 to go. Connor Robles, extra point attempt. Ball is snapped, and the kick is up, and it is good. So 45-0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Football, sponsored by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
Now, you can't live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant-quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
Let's
All right, 45 points on the board for Langston. Is it the most points Langston has put up this year? No. Langston actually put up 60 points against Lyon College back on October the 5th. They're on the verge now, putting up their highest scoring total for the season with one more possession. Ball is kicked off and ends up in the hands of number 28, Dorian Williams. And this is not Dorian Williams, that's the Langston player. That is Lonte Nettles Jr. And let me tell you, the junior part doesn't serve this young man well. He's 5'6", 150 pounds from New Orleans. So now, 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 34-yard line, 6:23 to go. 4 receivers, trips to the outside. Jamarcus Jones comes across the formation. Childs calls for it and is going to use Jones as a blocker. And correction, that is not Childs out there as the lead blocker. And we've got an injured line on that play coming around there with a full head of steam. That ball carry on that particular play for the Rams was Solento Smith. But a big-time hit coming around on that tackle. We have an injured Lion that looks like it's Rasheed Johnson that's down. He took a big hit. Looks like he's favoring his right shoulder. He came around the corner as, I want to say, Hobner, because I'm going to check the runner that was on the play because it looked like that was number 18, and it is Solento Smith, who came around as the quarterback on that running play using Jamarcus Jones as a lead blocker, and he cleared out Rasheed Johnson on that play. So the situation now is 2nd down and 3, 6:02 to go. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Ball is going to be thrown across on a nice slant route, and it's complete. Good open field tackle there by James Cox. Quante Hayton over there. So it's going to give the Rams a 1st down. And for the record today, that is their 2nd 1st down of the day. 4 receivers, trips to the near side, and Jamarcus Jones gets the call now, and James Cox brings it down after a gain of 5. So here we go, 4 receivers again, trips to the right side. And Smith is going to hit it. And this time, nothing doing. He was met by a wall of Lions, including Patro Howard, Craig Evans, and Lorenzo Adger also in on the play. So 3rd down and 4, maybe a gain of 1. We're under 5 minutes to go. So they got their offense set to go. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. All right, they're going to hand the ball off. Going right up the middle is number 3, Trey Jackson. And we have another, it's going to give the Rams another 1st down, but we have a down player for Langston. Looks like that might be Craig Evans. Training staff's out there talking to him. But it looks like looks like big number 99 is down. Craig Evans beating the ground a little bit. But it's ball is going to be spotted with after the 1st down at the 34-yard line. 4:32 to go before the end of the 1st half. Craig Evans is up. Looks like it's a lower leg injury. He walks off under his own power. Craig Evans has had himself quite a day so far. If I had to look on the day for Craig, we'll give you an update on Craig Evans at halftime. But Langston put up 23 points in the 1st, 22 points so far in the 2nd. And that's how we got to 45. Changing the call, 6 seconds to snap the ball, and the ball is handed off, and looking for something to do and nothing doing. There is Justin Shade, a.k.a. Justin Wade, I always call him Justin Shade, gets in the backfield and brings down the quarterback, Solento Smith, who's in the game right now, for a loss of about 4 to 5 yards, putting the ball on the other side of the 35 at the 37-yard line. 3:45 to go. 5 receivers, empty set. And he's going to pull it down again. Nice crease up the middle. And he's going to dive down. And he almost took a big shot, but he was able to get down. Solento Smith with a gain of about 7, taking the ball down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So 3rd down and 3 with 3:15 to go. Craig Evans is back on the field now. He checks back in, so he's all right. Here we go, 4 receivers. Trips to the outside. Ball is snapped, and they're going to hand it off to Jamarcus Jones, who goes right up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about, I'd say almost 5 yards, taking the ball down to the 26. 4th down and 2. All right. 2 players on either side split. 1 back in the backfield. 7 seconds to snap it. 2:18. Clock continues to roll. Ball is snapped, and they're going to hand the ball to Jones. And a great open field tackle again by yours truly, Justin Wade. Turnover on downs. They did not convert. Langston football. Langston could put up 50 points in this game before the end of the first half. And as far as Texas Wesleyan is concerned, they haven't seen numbers like this since the first game of the year. They're from the Fort Worth, Texas area, and it looks like they left most of the game there right now. 4 receivers, trips to the near side, and the ball is faked. And a flag comes in. The way Langston's responding, it looks like it's going to be a holding penalty against them. All right. It's not any one of those. It's a legal man downfield. Still going to cost him, but that's only 5 yards. So we'll replay the down, 1st and 15, 2:06 to go. And here we go. Ball is snapped to Jordan Cooper, rolls to the near side. He's going to put the ball up. Going to throw down the sideline. It's going to be out of bounds. All right. So that pass is incomplete, 2nd down. Now, earlier, you heard me mention about Carlos Ross, one of the best to ever do it here at Langston. From 2008 to 2011, he compiled 3,590 yards and 30 touchdowns. And he did that posting some of the best single-season rushing records on file here for Langston going back to 2004. Ball, screen pass is going to be thrown to Tim Whitfield. He's in the middle of the field. He's going to be brought down at about the 39-yard line. So a nice screen pass by Jordan Cooper, who gets it to Tim Whitfield this time. Screen game is way open today. 3rd down and about 2:41 to go. So Carlos Ross in 2008 had 783 yards. Then Carlos Ross in 2010 had 835 yards. Now Tim Whitfield just made another carry and moved those chains, moving the ball to the 45-yard line. Carlos Ross in 2011 had 962 yards in a single season, but 2009 seems to be the special number. Pass play from Jordan Cooper across the middle of the field to Isaiah Chaputis. Another chunk play for Langston, getting him a first down at the 30-yard line. Jordan Cooper has all phases of his game going today, running and throwing the ball. So I may not be able to finish this point. I'll have to get this done here in just a minute. Langston's on the move. I need to pay attention. 4 receivers right now. Ball is snapped, and Jordan Cooper's going to put it up again. Pressure being applied, has a receiver wide open, and he's going to get the strike. And a big hit is laid on Michael Colston, who gets an LU first down. Sir, move those chains down to the 11-yard line. The Air Lion passing attack is on full display. Jordan Cooper on fire. 4 receivers. Jordan Cooper now rolls to the near side looking for someone. Finds a receiver open to the back of the end zone. And 2 Langston defenders Langston offensive receivers touched the ball. Barry Handy thought it was for him. Dalen Person thought it was for him. Ending result, no one caught it. 32.9 seconds to go here. Langston trying to put 50 on the board before the end of the first half. So, 5 receivers, empty set for Cooper right now. Ball snapped. Cooper's going to put it up, pass play, nice pocket. He's going to throw it. Dalen Person's going to walk into the end zone. L's up. Touchdown. Dalen Person. But there is a flag on the play. We're going to have to see what's going on with that. But if this stands, holding against the Lions, that's coming back. I was going to say, if Dalen Person's penalty is correct, if the penalty was not against Langston, we win the first few times that Langston would have a multi-receiver with multiple touchdowns in a game. Hasn't happened this year. 5 receivers right now, empty set. Jordan Cooper going to work. The Rams defense still trying to get to him. Cooper's going to throw another screen pass to Isaiah Chaputis, who tries to step through, but is going to be brought down at the 16-yard line. 19 seconds. Will Langston run another play? They got to spike it because they don't have any more timeouts. He's trying to clock the ball. And before things get started, another penalty is going to be thrown. Now, it's probably going to be false start against Langston, which means it's going to be some clock run off here, which means they might have one more play. Coming up at halftime, get ready. The Langston University Marching Pride, a.k.a. Lump, is going to be on the field. As well as you will get to see Mr. Mrs. Langston, homecoming king and queen. So here we go. So there'll be 1.5 seconds left. And Connor Robles is going to get up there and trying to go ahead and get the ball. But I don't know if Langston realizes that if he marks it for play and blows the whistle, because it was a pass play, that the clock is going to run. And as soon as he starts the ball here, he's going to run that clock and they won't get this play off. And ball is snapped. Langston gets it up. And the kick is no good, but they didn't have a chance really to get everything set. So at the end of the first half, the score is 45-0. Coming up, the Love's Travel Stops and Country Store halftime report, and also a performance from the Langston University Marching Pride. That's all coming up next. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, presented by Counseling Solutions and Interventions on the Perry Radio Sports Network.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Hello, my name is Roy Mitchell Evans II, a proud member of the FAMU incoming class of 1989 and a member of the 33 Union Planning Committee. We would like to challenge you to join us in our quest to raise $100,000 to create an endowed chair scholarship. The first way you can do that is by visiting my.famu.edu/donation/freshman 1989 and choosing your giving level and contributing to our campaign. The next part, we want you to encourage your fellow class of 89ers, Rattlers, family, and friends to donate to our campaign by creating your very own Power of 89 Passion and Purpose Redefined selfie video. Tell everyone how FAMU gave you the superpower to go out, create, inspire, teach, build, and have an impact on the world. Your video should be no more than 50 seconds, and be sure that you wear FAMU colors or gear just like this. Also, when you post it to your social media, be sure to use the following hashtags. Hashtag 89AllIn and hashtag 89strikes100. That way, we can share your story with our friends and family and get them engaged as well. Find us on Facebook at FAMUCO89 First Year Rattlers, or you can email us at FAMUclass1989@gmail.com to stay connected and continue to get information. We'll see you on October 5th, but until then, let's show them the superpower of 89. Passion and purpose, redefined.
The Black College Sports Network is proud to partner with ComputerRatings.com. That's COMPUGHTER ratings.com for the upcoming college football season. ComputerRatings.com delivers rankings, game predictions, and statistics for hundreds of professional and collegiate teams. The key feature of ComputerRatings.com is the Versus Sports Simulator, which allows users to simulate any possible matchup and view the predicted scores along with a side-by-side stats analysis. Improve your odds by signing up for a subscription. Monthly, semi-yearly, and yearly subscriptions are available. For our listeners and viewers, use the promo code BCSN19 and get 15% off of your subscription at checkout. Visit www.computerratings.com. That's COMPUGHTER ratings.com.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we